Economic reparations. Do you need extra cash? I know I do. I have a sure way of getting you the money that you and your family deserve. First, I will show you where it is. It requires an investment of your time, but no money. To be effective, you must share this information. Like and subscribe, but above all else, share. Time is of the essence. You have to take action now if you want this money. You know, in 2024, during the presidential election, 189.5 million people were registered to vote, right? 152 million people voted. 37 million people stayed home. Now that's the numbers, right? It don't matter who you voted for, not to me. But I'm just saying 37 million people, pretty much said the hell with it. Now we're going back to the 342 million people, which is the total population. Of course, we got to subtract the 14 million illegals, that can't vote, no matter what the other people saying. That's just the media talking to you. That leaves 328 million people. Now it's 138 million people that aren't able to vote. Now, I don't know if that make them children or why they not able to vote. They just not registered to vote, and they not able to vote. So that leaves this 189.5 million people to vote. And we talking about these billions of dollars that's just laying on the table here. It's a lot of money laying on the table, and none of us, the voters, are getting any of it. Now, November, we got another election. It's called an off-year election because nobody's running for president, and most of the time, even less people vote, right? So, but I'm trying to get them other 37 million people up off their chair, because we talking about putting $1 million or $1 billion, however you want to slice it up, in our pockets. Because we need to be getting this money. It might be a reason why you don't want the money. Maybe you got plenty already. Because I'm sure if you that 1% of them billionaires, yeah, you don't need this little money I'm talking about. You straight, right? But, and I'm trying to see why you not talking about this money. We must demand that we get this money. I ain't talking about like the checks we got during the pandemic, $800 up to $2,400 or something. Elon Musk, he got $5 billion. You know what I mean? $5 billion, they could have gave us all, they gave him $5 billion. Out of that $5 billion, they could have gave us all $1 million. And we'd have been straight. But they didn't. They gave us just enough money to get by. You see how the people thinking about us, the people that pay their salaries, they playing with you. They playing with us. Now, I'm talking about a campaign here. And my campaign is to get that $1 million. I'll take $1 million. Really, I think we'll do that. If you could spend $7 trillion and give us a little penny, we shouldn't be paying taxes. We should be getting taxes. Think about what I'm saying. Okay? Think about what I'm talking about. Just give it some thought. I need some feedback, because I'm doing a lot of talking. And I only have I have quite a few people that's giving me some feedback, but most of the feedback is like a political nature. They talking about, Biden, he did this. Yeah, Biden, they spent money, the Democrats spent money when they was under their control, $6.5 trillion. Okay? So they spending big money. It's not about the party. Because both of them robbing us, blind. People getting caught up into what party it is. Them wealthy people, they ain't got but one party. And that's the party of money. Now we need to get some of our money. And can't nobody tell me that you can spend $1 trillion on 71 million people or 73 million people, or you can spend $98 billion, on 66 million people. Come on now. It's only 342 million people total in the United States. And half, we ain't gonna even give them 14 million illegals no money. Cause if we all got $1 or $2 billion, they'll be working for us anyway. Right? So the people who are in control, they behind the scenes. That's what you don't understand. They behind the scenes. The billionaires and the trillionaires control the government and the media. Because only 1 or 2 people, maybe 3 or 4 at the most, they control the media. They own all that. You can say what you want, but I'm on YouTube now, talking about Quayle Speaks. But I mean, really, it's a billionaire on that. So if they decide not to let me speak, they come up with whatever they want to come up with. So it's kind of like they bought TikTok so they can control who speaks. They weren't worrying about China owning nothing. They wanted to make sure whatever you said went through their filter first. We're not a country of freedom anymore. And if you believe that, you've been sleeping. And while you've been sleeping, they've been stealing your money and stealing my money too. Because I've been asleep too now, don't get me wrong. But the politics thing is a trick. Just like the entertainment. That's to keep your mind focused on something else while they stealing this money. Okay? Now let's get some of these billions back. That's all I'm saying. If you got a problem with it, please let me know, because I want to know what the problem is. I want to understand why you don't care that your money is paying for their health care, their private homes, their private planes, their vacations. You all right with that. I want to understand why you all right with that, because they not hiding that information from you. Because like I say, I got it from the Congressional Budget Office, Social Security Administration, the USDA food, and the Center for Medicaid and Medicaid. I got them. These is government numbers I'm talking about. These is facts. So they not hiding it from you. You know what I mean? So is it that you don't believe you deserve the money? I mean, you giving it to them. So you must believe that since they is smart enough to steal it, then they deserve it. That always boggles my mind. You believe that because a person can shoot a basketball or tell a joke or sing a song, that somehow make them smarter than you. That they can handle their money better than you can. So you let them handle your money. You think that just because, somebody can manipulate a company or manipulate the stock market, that they're smarter than you. Well, I don't believe that. I believe I can think for myself, because I sure know how to run a calculator, and I can tell you now, they're stealing our money, and we need to do something about it. So talk to me. Let me know why you're scared, or why you don't want to do it, or why you think it's all right for them to have all that money and do what they want to do to it.